The other day was my 23rd birthday, so here are 23 of my favorite books that have shaped who I am as a reader. Lonesome Dub by Larry McMurtry is my favorite historical fiction book of all time. This book is one of a kind, and if you still haven't read this, you are missing out. The Stepford Wives by Era 11. This is my favorite satire ever. The ending to this, though, is just crazy. Parable of the Sower and Parable of the Talents. Octavia Butler is my favorite writer of all time, specifically because of these books. Pachenko by Min Jan Lee. This is a multi-generational Korean family saga that taught me so much about Korea and Japan. Just be prepared because this book will make you cry. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This was in my top 5 reads of last year. Honestly, you should read this just so that you're ready for the upcoming movie. Jade City by Fonda Lee. This is one of the fantasy books that got me back into reading fantasy. It's kind of like an urban Godfather with magic. Fonda Lee is ruthless. That's the only warning I can give y'all. Passing by Nella Larson. This was a recent read for me, but it just opened my eyes up to so much black classic literature that I did not even know existed. Just so many layers that you wouldn't expect from such a short book. 11/22/63 by Stephen King. I've said it once and I say it again. I think this is Stephen King's best book. 1Q84 by Harim Morami. This is a book I almost never talk about because it is so weird. You have to truly be prepared for what you're getting into. 1Q84 has some of the best magical realism I've ever read. I still think about this book and I read it back in 2018. Praise Song for the Widow by Paul Marshall. Paul Marshall is such an underrated black classic writer. Her writing feels like a warm hug from your favorite auntie and I just love her. The Autobiography of Malcolm X. What can I say about this book, y'all? This should be required reading and I'm honestly due for a reread. The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin. This is the best essay I've ever read in my life. If Beale Street Could Talk by James Baldwin. Another James Baldwin book because he is just such a legend. If you don't really read romance and you want to get into romance, read this book. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. If you can read this whole book without crying, I applaud you because I was toe up while I was reading it. Huey P. Newton's Autobiography is another autobiography that I really love. Huey P. Newton was a legend. This is a must read. The House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielowski. This is my favorite horror book of all time. I think everybody should read this at least once in their life because this is genuinely a one-of-a-kind experience. The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. This is a must read and it honestly changed my life. Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. This book and this movie were big parts of my childhood. I would not love Greek mythology as much as I do today if it wasn't for this series. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. This was the first classic book I'd ever read in my life and it made me kind of fall in love with classic literature. The Biography of Assata Shakur. I don't even know what to say about this except that it changed my life. I've said that a lot in this video, but I'm being for real. This is a life-changing book. The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. To this day, I feel like this is the best first book in any fantasy trilogy ever. And last but certainly not least, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Back when I was only reading self-help books and autobiographies and memoirs, this is the book that showed me that there was a whole lot more out there. A lot of people hate this book. I love it and I would do almost anything to be able to read this for the first time again.